Over a year after Silent Siren's disbandment, and frankly many months after first hearing about this project, we finally got to hear the debut single from FUHUA. But let's put aside the Hulu documentary, the NFT talk, all of this stuff, and just ask the most important simple question. Was it worth the wait? Is it any good? Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where today we're talking about this brand new debut single, Spotlight, from FUHUA, which is basically a girl band which has been put together by the folks at SAYN itself, a group that was put together from the last remnants of Silent Siren, a group who we very much like on this channel. But whereas Silent Siren were a band, FUHUA are a full-on sort of girl group in the traditional Japanese style, with many members, lots of dancing, lots of choreography, and some nice pop flavour. So the question is, does it work? But first of all, let's set the scene slightly, because as I say, this is something that has come from a group that we really liked. You know, there's a lot of things behind this. It's not just some group appearing out of nowhere. This is coming from names that we know and trust. Now, most notably, the person who seems to have been primarily behind this is Suu, the former lead singer and guitarist of Silent Siren. I know I keep on saying former. I know they've technically gone on hiatus, but I hate to say it, I don't see any sign of them rushing back. The truth is that I have been desperately hoping for something musical from the girls of Silent Siren, even if they're not going to necessarily be doing Silent Siren stuff anymore, and the most prevalent sort of musical voice seemed to be that of Suu. We saw her doing a duet song not so long ago, and I was hoping to hear something from her, but she seems to have really invested a lot of attention into doing this for her project. Now the question is therefore, what was her input going to be? Well, she seems to have been the creative director on it, and therefore has pushed for a lot of marketing strategies. Now, before we get into talking about the music, I will just quickly address that I had myself said that it felt to me like all of the post-Silent Siren stuff had been a mess. Now, the SAYN thing, I know they hyped that really well, but I still think even to now, I think most of us don't know what SAYN really is. We know who's involved in SAYN, but it seems to be some kind of company. But if anyone asks, what does this company do, made from the members left behind of Silent Siren and their producer-writer, I don't think anyone knows what it is. Then they had the Chateau app. The Chateau app that, again, it's been open for over a year. I've got it on my phone. I don't know what it is. It seems to be like a Silent Siren fan club, post-Silent Siren. Then we get the announcement of this group that they're producing, but this girl group, all the talk was related to NFTs. Now, I don't care what you think about NFTs, it's not my sort of thing, but fair enough, even if you're into it, I think most of us can accept the NFT bubble has kind of burst. I think a lot of us saw it coming, and whether there is a future to NFTs, right now it's kind of very much the yesteryear topic, and yet in all the time they've taken setting up this group, very much seemingly based around a commercial image related to NFTs, it's already sounding dated on their debut. There's so much about this where I think the marketing has been a bit of a mess. Now, the one thing I don't know about is apparently they had a Hulu documentary which was about the lead up to this group. I'm gonna be honest, that's something that I wasn't massively into. It just for me feels like another one of those things like with Whack when they have the behind the scenes with their groups. It all feels like theatrics that I'm not particularly interested in. I just want you to give me some music, make it good, make me enjoy just seeing fun, engaging people making fun, engaging music. So with all of that out the way, did they deliver? Well, for all of the goodwill and love I have for Silent Siren, you can probably tell that I had not exactly the most positive feeling going into this. I was kind of expecting to be disappointed. I was kind of expecting a misstep. I was expecting it all to come across as just being a bad commercial decision. But I must admit, I really like the song. It's catchy. Yeah, it's super simple. It's just kind of like, you could say it's just your normal sort of 4-chord chorus, nothing particularly out there, weird going on, but it works. It's fun. It's stuck in my head. It is super catchy. It's sung in a really fun, kind of engaging, light way. It's lightweight. It's not too much. It's just kind of what you want from light, airy pop. And I don't mean airy as in sort of shallow and lacking anything. I mean airy and it's just supposed to be relaxing. relaxing. You know, it's got a vibe where it's nothing too heavy. It's just good tunes with a good summery vibe. And that's nice. I mean, in a way, that's kind of one of the things that Silent Siren did so well as well. This is very different from Silent Siren in many ways, and yet that feeling of just being enjoyable, light pop, which was something that Silent Siren did at some points really managed to nail. They also had quite a range of songs as well, which I'm hoping we hear more range from FUHUA also. But just being able to nail that feel-good vibe is really important. So I really like the fact that they did that. Now, if we are going to be negative, and I have to be fair and add a little bit of a critical side, I will accept that there is room for criticism in this. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Sorry, very British expression there. Because I do also have to acknowledge that there is a degree to where it is a very simple song. It could be argued that it's fairly generic. It's not like they're really doing anything to give themselves a particular identity from the get-go. It feels more like they're just sort of safely entering the girl band scene. Yeah, the writing is pretty much seen it before. The singing performances as well, I like their voices, but I would also acknowledge that there isn't anything standing out as particularly a unique set of voices here yet, or particularly powerful voices. They're just fairly nice, light pop singing voices. The visual aspect as well was designed to be very seen it before. So yes, I do acknowledge that there is not a huge amount making this group stand out at the moment, apart from the heritage of the person behind it and the fact that they obviously have all of these bizarre things going on commercially. However, I'm going to take all of that and say that for now, at least, we can put that in a safe little spot and say, let's just give them a chance to do more. This is a steady first step. This is a first step that shows that they are definitely producing something nice and fun, and hopefully it'll evolve into something with, let's say, more variation. There'll be lots of different songs, and we'll start to get to know the members' voices, and they'll start to come into their own. And I'm hoping we get to know them through their music rather than just through a Hulu documentary. So again, I'm really hoping that the musical and the relatability side supersedes all of the commercial, non-musical junk that has surrounded this. And yeah, I say junk advisedly. I just want to enjoy the music. But I did. I enjoyed it. So in conclusion, I know I've probably come off sounding a little bit negative here, but I can't say enough how much of a nice conversion has really happened. I've gone into this with this really long journey for me of being a massive fan of Silent Siren, what they did, feeling very much like everything that's happened subsequently has been a lot of really weird, unclear, fumbled commercial mistakes, or even if not mistakes, just kind of like a lack of direction. And then we've ended up with this thing which, when it was first proposed, sounded like an NFT cash grab, but I just feel really good that I've come out of it with a song in my head that I'm enjoying, feeling good about that song, feeling happy, feeling like I want to listen to it in the background, just have it as a nice summery vibe. That's a good thing, you know, so we need to put everything aside and concentrate on that. And I just hope that that's the direction this goes in. I hope that, given that I think we're justified to have some concerns about what the commercial aspect is, I hope that we go in a direction where we get to enjoy more and more good songs from FUHUA, where we get to know the members, like I say, hear their voices, and where that is the primary thing rather than all of the other commercial stuff. So get in the comments, tell me what you think. I'm looking forward to reading your comments on this as well, especially if you're a Silent Siren fan, but even if you're not, what does the cold perspective on this think as well? And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, ciao ciao.